Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today I want to kind of address a video that I came across that kind of hit home for me, and I ain't gonna lie, this kind of irked the ever living shit out of me. Um, so this video, while I generally do not do politics on my channel, I feel the need to make an exception to the rule in regards to this one. I really do. And I want to note, because this video is going to basically be about fathers, and you'll notice I have a Puerto Rican flag on the corner of my video down there at the bottom, and that's to honor mine. That's to honor my father. And the American flag is to honor the country that he gave service to, because he served this country, and regardless, he deserves respect. And kids nowadays, I'm not gonna say all of them, but there are a lot of them out here. They have zero respect, and I've dealt with troubled kids before, and you got to kind of wonder what goes on in their brains. And I came across this video. Let me put this up here, where a black teen rips white dad for racism at his funeral. And I got to be honest, I was kind of blown when I came across this. It wasn't the first time that I heard about this, but this particular video just kind of got under my skin, and you'll kind of see why as we go through the video. So I'm going to play a little bit of it, and I'm going to comment here and there, and I'll give my thoughts throughout the duration of it.
Black teenager, this video is going viral. She's eulogizing her father, who she called a Trump-loving racist.
But Dad, please know that while I am grateful and highly aware of all that you've given this family, I still don't miss you. When you died, I felt like there was a hole. I missed something, but it wasn't you. It was the idea of what you could become. I miss being able to hope and wish that one day you turn a corner and see the world from my perspective. I miss the idea that one day you might help me fight for the things that matter. I missed my fantasy of you. Because when you died, it solidified the fact that you'll never be what you could have been, but only what you are. And what you are is a racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, Trump-loving, cis-straight white man. That is all you will ever be to me. And Dad, before you tell me to respect the dead, please remember that you disrespected and disregarded the lives and deaths of entire communities of people with your ideology. You told me to never back down, so I won't. You know for a fact that even against you, I'm not afraid to share my peace. You are everything I aspire not to be, and I refuse to stand up here and sing the praises of a man who is the paradigm of white supremacy. So I'll take your racist mindset, I'll take your money, and I'll take your advice. And I swear to God I will make this world a better place. Not at all because of you, but in exact opposition to you. Thank you.
All right, so that's definitely a kid that drank the Kool-Aid. I do have to say that's probably the most disrespectful ass shit I have ever seen anybody do, especially towards a parent. The fact that anybody even clapped is disturbing. That pretty much makes all of them tremendous shits. I mean, that's basically the bottom line to that.
I don't know if you could hear it there, but at the end, I mean, it was a packed church too. Somebody was saying, like they were caught. Did we just hear that? And somebody I heard say, oh, come on. Saga, 19 years old, eulogizing their father, okay? Posted it to TikTok, there's Saga right there, white father, who they claim is a Trump-loving racist, a misogynist. Notice though, they are going to keep the money and do good with it. And defending the controversy, standing firm on what they said during that eulogy. Funerals and speeches are to provide solace to the people giving them, Saga told the National Desk. My solace was in my truth. It was in expressing and condemning all of the trauma my father has caused me and expressing my grief the way I needed to express it. But not everybody is convinced. Some said a funeral's not the right time. A eulogy is supposed to capture the best of the departed and leave us with something memorable.
Now that part she's actually right on. You know, when someone passes away at a funeral, it's not the time for you to pick your bones with them. I also want to point out that this kid is talking about her truth, my truth. Well, let me tell you something that most anybody else with common sense in the world already knows. There is no such thing as my truth or your truth. There is only the truth, and you're either telling it or you're not. And to be entirely honest, I question whether or not this girl is full of shit about her dad being a racist, and whether he is or isn't really is irrelevant, because honestly, he couldn't be too racist if he left his black daughter in the will with a lot of money. I mean, you know, let's think about that. If you are racist, you're not going to leave your money, whether it's your child or not, you are not going to leave your money to someone of the race that you hate. That makes absolutely no type of sense at all whatsoever. What I'm willing to bet happened is we have a girl here with a buttload of daddy issues who drank the Kool-Aid from all the other idiots out here that are using that sissy gender terminology and playing the race game. And she got brainwashed. This is going to bite her in the ass in the long road, because one day she's going to wake up and she's going to regret what she did. And the other thing is, I would think it would affect her relationships. Now, the reason I say that, as a guy, I would find it difficult to get in a relationship with a woman who couldn't even respect her own father. Because if she can't respect her own father, what makes me think she's going to respect me? You see what I'm saying? Then again, maybe she likes women, but the same rule applies. If you can't respect your parents, how the hell are you going to respect anybody else? I mean, if you're going to do something that foul, and you're stupid enough to post it on social media, who's to say you're not going to screw somebody else over a lot worse than that in the long run? And you notice, she wasn't on TikTok hollering about how racist her daddy was when he was alive. She waited till he was dead to pull this ignorant shit. Didn't have the guts to say this when he was alive. And because he supported Trump, that don't necessarily make him a racist. I know a lot of black folks that support Trump. That's neither here nor there. Who you support has nothing to do with nothing. All we have is her word on what her daddy is. That man is dead now. He can't defend himself. And the thing that irks the shit out of me the most about this is I can almost guarantee you that if that had been a white girl up there talking about her black daddy, I bet you wouldn't nobody in that church be clapping in. Oh no, they would have something to say about that shit. Well, let's get on with the video.
This was memorable, okay? And Saga also addressed people who disagree, if you will. Let's put up the statement there, because this person knows who they are and they're gonna stick with it. And I think it was an act of courage. Here it is. Some people think the funeral wasn't the right place, but what was the right place? Whenever would I get another opportunity to speak my truth, and not just on TikTok to a screen, but really speak it, Saga added. A part of me wanted to prove to myself that I had the bravery and the balls to be able to stand in my truth and belt it out to whoever could hear, which is why I did it.
All right, nah, you didn't have balls because you waited till he was dead before you decided you wanted to talk shit. And yet again, anybody that starts off with "I'm standing in my truth," that's your telltale sign that they are already full of shitness. They are suffering from full of shitness. You didn't have guts. You weren't fucking brave. What you did was a chicken shit cowardly move and disrespectful to the man who gave you life. He didn't owe you shit. So you're not brave or anything else. And anybody that says otherwise, they're dumb as hell. They drink the Kool-Aid too. I'm sorry. They drank the Kool-Aid too, and I don't give a damn who gets offended by that, but that's the stone cold reality of it.
Jackson, right time or wrong place?
I mean, ultimately, I think that my opinion on that or anyone else's is irrelevant because she did it. And, there were people in the audience who.
Now, I will agree with him on this one point. Yeah, pretty much everybody's opinion is irrelevant on this. She's already done it. It's done and over with. But since we're in a generation where people want to sit there and holler about you need to be accountable for every time you fart the wrong fucking way, where in the fuck is this young lady's accountability? I mean, just saying, elephant in the room and all that.
Clapped, and it could be said maybe if she was older, she wouldn't have gone about it like that. But for her to do what she did, obviously she felt very strongly. Otherwise, she wouldn't have done it at that time. So, I mean, I don't really.
No, she did it at that time because her daddy wasn't allowed to break a foot off in her ass. That's why she chose to do it at that particular time. See, daddy wasn't alive, so daddy couldn't slap the taste out her mouth or whatever when she wanted to nut up. But see, now she's in a room full of people. On stage, running that mouth, daddy's dead. Daddy can't open up that can of whoop ass no more. That's the only reason she pulled that shit. She wasn't pulling shit like that when he was alive.
We have very many personal thoughts about it on whether she's right or wrong for doing it, other than it happened, and apparently this guy was a bit of a creep.
Yeah.
So
what evidence is there that he is a creep? We're going by her word. Again, we are talking about somebody who has passed away, who is not alive to defend themselves. And that is pretty pathetic that we live in a world now where people are gutless. Because I notice there are a lot of times when somebody passes away, that's when people decide they want to come out and run their mouth, talk all this, that, and the third, when the person they're talking about is no longer alive to defend themselves. You don't see people running their mouths that much when people are alive, when whoever, like the daddy in this particular instance, where the hell was she running her mouth when this dude was alive? I mean, that's what I want to know. If you wasn't running your mouth, if you didn't have the guts to do it when he was alive, you should have just shut the fuck up when he was dead. If you didn't have nothing nice to say, and this is something I was taught as a kid, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. You should have just been like, nah, I'm good. I ain't got nothing to say. And leave it at that. And as somebody who had a biological father who, not to talk, because my biological dad is deceased, I am pretty sure that I went through a lot worse issues with my biological dad than what this young lady went through with hers. I was fortunate enough to have been raised by the man who I call my father now. Everything I know about honor and respect I learned from him. I don't always practice the rules so best, but you know, I get it pretty close most of the time.
You know, if she hadn't had done that at the eulogy, that wouldn't have changed that, but she made the decision to do it. So, I mean, you know, well, my thoughts on that really don't matter that much.
Yeah, it's their father and they can do as they please. But I will say this.
No. It is just because it's their father does not mean they can do what they please. No, you respect your elders. End of story. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about that bullshit. I don't give a damn if your mom or your dad was an asshole. Respect your fucking elders. And if you don't have nothing nice to say, then shut the fuck up.
Didn't know the man, but you don't, and I've read everything that I can get my hands on that's out there. Again, the video went viral, but I didn't hear any family stand up and say, you just lied. He wasn't a racist, he wasn't a misogynist, he wasn't a Trump lover, okay?
What exactly in the hell do you think that they were supposed to do? Go up there on stage and jack that girl up in front of a room full of people? I mean, is that what you expected them to do? They were probably in shock. No, I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have went up there and jacked her ass up, but you know, that's me. I don't always do what I'm supposed to do. I get criticism for it, but hey, it is what it is. You know, but in all reality, all jokes aside, all kidding aside, what exactly did you think that they were going to do? What was it that they were supposed to do? I'm pretty sure half the room had their jaws dropped and were thinking, did she really just say that? Which I kind of referenced that a little bit earlier in there. So I don't know. Maybe don't you think that they were in shock a little bit? I'm just saying.
This was a man of God and a man who supported women and minorities, including his own black child. I didn't hear or see anyone say that.
Why do they need to say that? Why do you need somebody else to validate you for your own black empowerment? As a white man who has raised several black children, I have taught my kids how to be independent. They do not need my validation to emphasize the support of their blackness or any other fucking ignorant shit like that. They're pretty damn independent. I mean, you know, they're pretty good kids, you know, so no, they don't need me to validate them or pat them on the ass or take long walks in the fucking park with them in order for them to feel like complete and whole human beings. You know, it's called teaching your child to be fucking independent and not to be pussies. You know, let's just call it what it is.
No.
So my point is, shouldn't a eulogy and a funeral, if you're so inclined, be about the truth? And this was apparently the truth.
How do you know it's the truth? She started off saying my truth. That was your indicator that she was full of shit.
Okay, because when would she get an opportunity to address it in front of this audience who surely had to know who he was? I mean,
I'm wondering, would you say the same thing if dad was black and the daughter was white? Would you be signing off on this shit the way you're signing off on it now? You know, if everything played out the same way and the only difference was a skin color, you know, I'm willing to bet no. I'm really willing to bet that everybody would be having a go if the race swaps were the other way around.
that's my take, Jackson.
Yeah, I agree. And again, there were people in the audience who clapped, and no one. If that was like really untrue, there would have been some pretty stark outrage in there.
How the hell do you know there wasn't any outrage after the fact? All you saw was a Twitter, TikTok fucking video. That at best was what, a minute long? I mean, were you there? How the hell do you know anybody's not been outraged? How do you know they didn't get back home or whatever and somebody in the family did not nut the fuck up on this young lady?
Just because it would have been like, what? Like, where is this coming from? But again, that she felt that was the best time and place for her to speak that with people who all knew him at least to some degree. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, and I think it's also it's testament to something else.
Well, I answer that question. What you're gonna do is you don't believe every fucking thing you see on the internet. That's probably a good fucking start. It's just my advice.
Parents, we often think we have to be perfect. We have to be, do everything the right way. At least you try. This man perhaps didn't try, was stuck in his ways and was going to do it his way till the end. And we see how that worked out.
So what if he did? So what if he did it his way until this end? He don't owe her nothing. He gave her life. What in the fuck do you think a dad owes his kids? Dad don't owe his kids shit. Mom don't owe his kids shit. Once they gave you life, that's it, the end of the story. They raised you, you get out on your own, you learn to wipe your own damn ass. Mommy and daddy is not to do it for you. The girl is 19 years old. She don't need a daddy to sit there and agree with everything she says or does. And I'm pretty sure, given the fact that this is a young girl and how crazy the world is, she probably came in and said some pretty crazy ass shit to this dude. And if he's an old fucker like me, he probably looked at him and been like, you must have lost your damn mind. You must have seriously lost, you fell on your head. Which is why she waited until after he was dead to run that mouth.
But I do think it means that even the worst kind of parent who suppresses who a child is, who doesn't allow a child to be free or have.
You mean allow a child to do whatever the fuck they want to, when they want to, without any type of discipline, without a foot in that ass when they fuck up? Nah, if that's what you call parenting or whatever, you don't know the first fucking thing about being a parent, and you really should just shut the entire fuck up.
Freedom of thought, or never says sorry. One of those parents who never says sorry to a child. This child got something.
Parents don't need to apologize. My parents don't sit around going, oh, son, I'm sorry I whipped your ass the other day or whatever, but you deserved it. No, they don't fucking need to say sorry. Fucking grow up.
From their father that sparked change, a call to action. I really believe that. Even the worst parent can inspire a child to do good. I mean, is that too idealistic?
I wonder if you actually believe some of the bullshit you're saying. Even the worst parent can inspire a child to do good. I'm not gonna necessarily disagree with that statement. But just the way your prissy ass fucking says that or whatever, it makes me wonder if you even believe that shit. And again, I kind of wonder if you'd be so quick to judge and tear the motherfucker down if he was a black man in the grave instead of a white one.
No, I don't think so. And I mean, if there's anything that could have been taken from this man's death in his life, I guess that was a positive angle. Because unfortunately, some people go.
What part was actually positive about any of this? The fact that his daughter turned into a disrespectful brat who literally, because I'm sure that guy throughout his entire life was not all bad. Nobody is all bad. Nobody's entirely good. Nobody's all bad. And you're going to tell me she couldn't have had a single solitary nice thing to say? No, what she did is she drug her fucking spoiled brat daddy issues and recorded that shit on TikTok from her $800 phone that her daddy more than likely fucking bought. And then wants to tell you, oh yeah, but he left me a lot of money and I plan to do good with it. You know, it couldn't have been too bad if he left her fucking money.
Go to the grave with not much good being able to be said about him, as we, see from this example. So if there was anything positive that we can get from it, I guess that's a good thing. But I mean, oh well. I don't feel sorry for him.
I don't either. I don't feel sorry for him at all. I think it's perhaps the most.
Of course you don't feel sorry for him because you guys are racist piece of shits. Because I can guarantee you, like I said, if this was a black man in the grave, y'all would be singing a completely different tune at this point. Y'all would be sitting there talking about the fucking injustice of it all and whining like a couple of fucking candy ass bitches.
Most impactful, profound eulogy I've ever watched. I've researched and I've seen some other kids who've written a venom-filled obit that I came across. I think it was from 2013. And those kids said, our mom was an abusive trash box, paraphrasing, and we're glad she's dead, okay? Might be a trend, who knows how certain people will be eulogized, including maybe a former president, who knows?
And I guess that was the end of the video for that bit of ignorant ass bullshit. There. Alright, to sum it up, I don't entirely believe the shit that came out of that young lady's mouth. And what kills me is people like to race bait, play the race card, have nothing but hate in their heart because you see it promoted left, right, and center. People talk about they want equality, but what they really don't want is they really don't want equality. What they really want to do is try to oppress the other guy. And I am not gonna lie, after about a half a century of life, I'm personally tired of hearing this whole hate the white man shit and all this pussy ass crying that motherfuckers out here do. You get on YouTube and I can sit there and name off a couple of YouTubers, like for example, the original Woman Spear. She's got a fucking channel. She gets on here and fucking sits here and talks about white fathers raping fucking kids and this, that, and the third, and tries to say all white fathers do this fucking candy ass shit. Real sick crap. And then you got the amazing Lucas, who will sit there and say all types of racist crap in his videos, especially if you ever watch one of his disagreement day sessions over the weekends. It's the white ignorant that and the white ignorant that. White ignorant this and white ignorant that. Now, if I was to sit here and talk about how black fathers are raping their kids and the black ignorance this and the black ignorance that, everybody be whining. As a white guy, if I was to sit here and talk about that shit on my YouTube channel, every pussy ass in the damn country would go in a tizzy fit. Yet, however, you can get away with it if you're black. You can say that same vile, racist, fucking candy ass crap, and it's perfectly acceptable. You get a fucking platform, and the scary thing is that they have a lot of followers. If you have ever sat in a chat room and listened to some of this crap and just see how many people sign off on this stupid ass shit, you will sit there and you'll be like, wow, I did not know there were that many dumbasses in the entire fucking world. And there really are. There really are. Because they'll sit there, and say shit about how hard life is, when I can look up for any one of my kids a program to help them get ahead of life. Hell, I found a damn program or whatever that can help you get into business just for being black and being female. I mean, like, that's pretty much a win-win for the girls in the family, you know. So I'm sitting there thinking, why other people can't do this shit? I'm like, is it that hard to do a Google search? You know, I mean, if you're that, invested on bettering your future, I mean, there are a lot of programs out there that sit there and help people out. And in regards to, this girl here, I'm just like, that is, I don't even know what to say about this damn child, other than she need an ass whoop. Anyway, that's all I got for this video or whatever. So tell me what you guys think. I just had to get that shit off my chest. Anyway, stay safe, stay blessed, and have a good one, everybody.